Hey there, welcome to our Trek demo. In order to make a Trek, we use Thealogue, our AI assistant. At the root of it, the Thealogue system starts with ingesting large amounts of media. So the media view allows admins and organizers to do a review of all the content they have, and the content can be images, videos, audio, as well as dynamic content being pulled from the web, like YouTube videos. And the key thing with this is that it allows us to adjust the metadata that's coming in. So we can score and weight things manually, as well as incoming features. This will be automated. These scores also get adjusted based on the search, because sometimes, you want this to be weighted to the context that we're want to use things in. We're auto-generating keywords as well too that help with link things, and we get all sorts of amazing ways to find out where that source file was from, so that as we develop the process further and further along in the future, the end user can essentially go back and have direct links to the original source files, and that's something we're actually using right now to enhance our production pipelines for the Crash Course client right now. This is really powerful in of its own, but really it's all about making it easy for people to take that content and develop it into new forms. So I'll take you through the amazing wizard that we've built to help do that. So say I want to create a class today about chemistry. I can choose a grade level, and what the grade level is going to do is it's going to take our core content and then automatically adjust things like descriptions to the written level of this grade. So this allows us to augment an existing library and adjust it based on the context of the presenter and the people that they'll be presenting to. With chemistry, when we ingested, we are able to generate topics based on the content that's being pulled in. So we'll do a class today with just 2 topics in them, just to keep things moving snappy. So I'm going to do electrons and elements. Now is the fun where we're using that same media area, but we're auto-populating our search for the user, and they could view in this grid format, or they can do a kind of, a Tinder approach. I don't want that. I don't think I'm going to use this sort of thing until we get some stuff that we like. Yeah, so we'll grab that one. What's also nice about this too is if I see something that I like, but I'm not sure I want to use it now, I can stash it for later. And that means that when I'm coming back around to doing things, I got a nice little stash to pull things from, basically a save for later sort of opportunity. We've got all sorts of images and videos getting pulled in, as well as 3D models. And the whole point in this backend is to be extendable and to be able to grow as we continue to move into the spatial environment for education. Definitely got to get a little bit of exhibit in there. The user can refine this search if they say wanted to do something about a dog or something like that as well. So let's grab another couple pieces of content. And as people use this more and more in their organization, then it just gets smarter and smarter, and the quality of content and what gets surfaced up to the top just continues to improve. And we're going to talk a little bit about s orbitals and bonds. That should be good. All right. So then we move on to our next topic in today's lesson, which is about the element. We can see we get a nice description on the elements, and we're quickly pulling in 8,002 results. We've got a lot of elements to work with here. So we'll pull in a couple of these. What's great about our API is we're pulling in from custom sources like Dropbox, Google Drive, as well as we can set up to connect to local servers or cloud-based servers. We've really built an extendable backend to be able to adjust to the needs and the existing content library uh, locations of any potential client. Like we did pull Argon out and did a test with bow clips, um, hooking up to their API and being able to pull in their assets directly into the system, and then be able to add additional layers of information. So there's the existing element, and then using our machine learning processes and AI, we're able to turn them into super assets in some ways. And then the next step is really combining them even more to generate uh, even more unique ways to use static content and either present them in metaverse environments. We get our summary here where I can choose to make some adjustments and go back, or even really build out these mini sites. So, really quickly now, I've been able to go through, pick up content, and generate something that's going to have quizzes and answers and questions, and then be able to distribute this out to the audience and go through it together. All these descriptions right now, we're actually about to start generating even better ones as vision transformers continue to improve and improve. So we're generating all this content with our own in-house tools. What's nice is, though, being able to take that and then go the next level, and with what's possible on the web. So, to build that sort of wizard and get a sort of a WordPress result is one thing, but then to be able to take it and immediately move it into a meeting space that I could invite you to, invite my friends to, that involves all sorts of content around it. So in this situation, we're adding narrative gameplay to those pieces, and really taking those core learning objectives and gamifying the experience in a way that just takes it to a whole new level. So you can see how the content pieces that I selected are brought in and ultimately become the the core pieces to be able to navigate and play the game, become these learning modules, these learning pieces. The quizzes are all generated basically on demand. So, depending on what pieces of content you pick, they're going to adjust. And there's just so much more we can do with this. There's a lot of power. And again, this can be distributed as a static site, or I can start up a meeting right here and invite my friends, and we can go through this together and present and explore and engage in new ways around these learning topics. All sorts of mini games as we, basically try to solve this sulfur struggle. The key here is that the base of this system ultimately allows us to continue to wrap content in all sorts of different modes, which can really entice and engage students and learners all together, uh, making replayability just like a whole new level of opportunity, bringing in videos, images, animations, content, whether it's local, cloud-based, and being able to present it and create these new forms of media, especially spatial media, is something that we've won awards for with previous projects. And now we're really excited to be able to expand how it can be explored and discovered with groups altogether. Now let's take a moment to look at how we structure the data. We use GraphXR by Gneaviz to really help us visualize the knowledge graphs that we're generating based on the ingestion of Thealogue. Is really like a peek inside, almost just like one of the neurons that exist inside of Thealogue. We're able to pull in captions from our videos that are linked on YouTube and then deliver back specific parts of those videos to the viewers so they don't have to go through the whole thing. This is one of the crash course episodes ingested, and it's really, quite powerful to be able to, for us to be able to visualize what's happening and to get an idea of what our data model is starting to look like and how the knowledge graph is connecting, and making sure along the way that we're maximizing the opportunities of pushing and pulling the media content together. That's basically one episode of one of our thousands of videos produced for Crash Course. And what's really interesting is when you start to see how the knowledge graph can connect these, it really starts to get quite wild. And the power of being able to link, this is just one series now, Crash Course Artificial Intelligence, and one of these clusters is one episode, and you can see how the content starts to link together across the episodes. And that's going down to these like individual asset levels within the Illustrator file, within the After Effects project, and really allow for the opportunity to generate new types of dynamic media based on understanding how they can correlate. And this just continues to get stronger as the system gets used, and we have the human reinforcement learning. We like to keep things web-based. So Trek is largely powered by the backend system that we have, which has its own CMS that's, again, all web-based, because really the goal here is to make sure that the working environment, the tools are as accessible as possible. So we've got, CMS to handle all the media, and then we can build the worlds, test them, generate them. This working environment here is all multi-user. You can see other people coming in as we work and be able to preview without having to do a push to a GitHub server or anything like that, really allowing for rapid development. So being able to edit live and pull in all sorts of great tools like Theater.js, which we're using right now, to be able to maximize animation opportunities and timelines, be able to adjust, preview, and work with our clients in real time on the web. It's quite a powerful tool. We've got, I don't even know where we're at now. We must be at almost close to 200 different types of entities that we can generate really quickly and add into the scene, as well as having the exposure to adjust the nitty gritty if that's something you want to do, again, without having to open up VS Code or download the repo. It becomes all available, and every change gets backed up, safeguarding the content. Once we've built our worlds, we can set them up into meetings, which we can, enable the chime conferencing, connecting, adjusting for the media region, add all sorts of controls and configs really easily, or push them out as a static site that is just visited on its own. We've got, user permissions and we've really just scratched the surface of the sorts of things that our analytics can do. But due to the nature of how it works, the possibility to pull in all sorts of advanced analytics is just it's mind-boggling. It kind of froze me there for a minute. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed that ride. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope that you can help us bring our vision of the future of educational experiences to life.